Don't let that be you. Don't worry about that. Okay, so this is kind of like the high points of Chapter 5. The cool thing about Chapter 5 is, go back to whenever we drew the line. You still see the line? Yes? Mm-hmm. So everything in Chapter 5 is on the right-hand side of the line. This is the stuff that we love the absolute most. We know that if we work on this side of the line, we're going to be tapping into our endocrine system. We're going to be building new muscle. We're going to be staying young. We're going to be staying vibrant. We're going to stay out of the nursing home. Say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so jump in and let's start this amazing ball rolling on page 94. So it actually defines anaerobic training, high-intensity intermittent bouts. We're talking weight training, plyo, speed, agility, and interval. This is truly the best chapter that talks about athletic performance. But we're going to always carry over athletic performance to life performance, because that's what it all. You guys, every fine-tuned athlete is eventually just a person that has to make the best of the person that they were given. So take care of yourself. Performance adaptations, I'm going to definitely ask you this question. You're going to see improvements in muscular strength, power, hypertrophy, endurance, and the motor skills are going to get better. And that's on page 94. Your body will respond to whatever you ask it to. And we've already talked about this under the neurological adaptations on page 94. We need to understand, and you already know the answer to this, so say it when you know it. Of all the different systems in the body that arrive on the scene to create change, which one is the first one? The nervous system. The nervous system arrives first. And once that nervous system arrives, the rest of the house can start to be built. This is like wiring up the house for electricity. You know what? Would you ever put drywall up without putting the electricity inside the drywall? No. No builder would ever do that, or they would really be out of business. So you've got to let your nervous system jump in, start to make those adaptations, and then you can get stronger, and then you can have more muscular hypertrophy. Then you can have all of these adaptations as they come together. Now, if the nervous system is the first one to arrive on the scene to create change, can the nervous system be the first one that gets mad and wants to leave? Have you ever thought about it like that? Do you know that whenever you experience incredible muscle fatigue and you see a decrease in performance, it's primarily because which system has been overworked? Your nervous system. So you have to let your nervous system rest. Your nervous system is so important. And we know in between each one of those neurons, what's that space called? The neuromuscular junction. And it mentions that neuromuscular junction again on page 96. It's a really good picture of one going all the way from the brain, down the spinal cord, into the muscle spindles, down into each individual neuron, and it plugging into the muscle. But come back one page with me. Look at page 95. You already know 95% of this on page 95. And in saying that, you really and truly could look at these columns right here between the phosphagen system and the anaerobic glycolysis system. This is chapter 5. This is what we're doing right now. And it gives you one more snapshot of the different sports that overlay and use those different energy systems, and where we actually see the amount of metabolic demand in those areas. So in my book, you might want to do this, you might not. Under these two columns, which are basically in the middle, I put a bracket there and I put chapter 5. And then over in this far right-hand column, this is going to be chapter 6. So we know that we can make those little changes happen. So this is a great chart to look at without a doubt. Now, look on page 96. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're training someone and for some reason they don't want to Fab 5 train, first off, again, after you look at them just like that, there are some people that need convincing about why we Fab 5 train. This is a comprehensive list about why we Fab 5 train and what specifically will happen. You guys, we're going to see strength increase. We're going to see our vertical jump increase. We're going to see anaerobic power increase. We're going to see the fiber size change. We're going to actually begin to see that you can actually store ATP more efficiently. You're going to see your connective tissue changing because your body will respond to whatever you ask it to. So if you're applying Fab 5 force, say you know exactly what I check for understanding on Fab 5 force? Yes? If you're applying Fab 5 force to your body is going to adapt to that. So if the muscle gets stronger, the ligament is going to get stronger, the tendon is going to get stronger, the muscle fascia is going to become more pliable and more efficient at doing its job. Your body will respond to whatever you ask it to. Now, there's sort of like an ace in the hole down here. Look down there at body composition. I hate to say this, and you all know that the female body does weird things, true or false? True. Does amazing things, true or false? True. Okay. Many times, you're going to encounter females that for some reason are scared of applying Fab 5 force to their body. But they're going to get on a treadmill and go and go and go and go and go. That is not how you decrease your amount of body fat. Look at this chart right here. What's going to happen to my percentage of body fat when I Fab 5 train? It's going to go down. And what's going to happen to my lean muscle mass? It's going to go up. That's the only thing your body can do when you expose it to that kind of Fab 5 force training. So got it when you got it? Got it. Nice. So if you're ever needing to sell your product, this is your sales sheet right here about why you Fab 5 train and about why that makes you a more efficient athlete and a more efficient person overall. So check out this thing on page 96 and 97. You know what? So many times we do studies about why we need to Fab 5 train, and what we've understood is that if we'll take untrained individuals and use them as our standard, we can see the benefits of being trained. So what one of the studies did with these untrained individuals, they took some people that were just average people, they exposed them to elasticity, because that's a form of resistance, true or false? True. They put them in an MRI tube or tunnel. And while they were in this MRI tunnel, they had them exert what they thought was 100% of their maximum force. So when they exposed these people to 100% force, they were like, yes, are you giving it 100%? And they would say, that's all I got. Well, when we looked at the MRI images, whenever someone that is untrained feels like they are exhibiting 100% force, they're only exhibiting 71% of the muscle fibers being activated. Now, if you want to live life at 71%, then live life at 71%. I don't want to live life at 71%. Do you? Nope. What do you want to live life at? Okay? I'm okay with above 90. Get up there above 90 for sure. That way you're recruiting all of the muscle fibers that you need to get that done. So if you're untrained right now and you're only at 71%, what's the only way to fix that? Start training. Start training. You're giving away 29% of your ability to exert maximum force and strength if you're not training. So maybe that can be a good reminder to you on some of those days that you might not want to hit the gym. You might need to remind yourself, hey, I want to keep it. I don't want to give it away, because your body will respond to whatever you ask it to. So don't stop training. Don't stop training. Keep training, keep training, keep training. Now, as those motor units change, we actually see this thing called size principle come into play. And y'all have seen me do the demonstration of size principle between the difference of the power cleaning of the pen and the power cleaning of the weight. Tell me you remember that day.
Yes.
Yes. So here's the thing. Whenever we recruit motor units to get the job done, especially in people that are untrained, you always start with the tiny motor units first, and then you go to the big ones. Well, we learned last week that to get more done, you have to recruit more motor units, bigger motor units, and faster. More, bigger, faster. Say it.
More, bigger, faster.
Say it again.
More, bigger, faster.
Last time.
More, bigger, faster.
So if all of a sudden I'm trying to get something big done, but I haven't been training and I've been giving away 29% of my ability to exert force, for me to even be able to attempt something large, I have to go through all of these little motor neurons first. Does that sound very efficient? No, it does not at all. So what we want to do, and when we are Fab 5 trained, we want to jump ahead to this thing called selective recruitment. And the way to think about selective recruitment allows your body, when it is trained, to skip over all these and jump, the little ones, and jump into the big ones. It allows you to recruit more, bigger, faster. It allows you to recruit what?
More, bigger,
And it does that. Pretend like it's someone that's been holding your spot in line, and it allows you to cut to the front of the line. That's what selective recruitment does. So it's actually jumping in to those 29% that so many people take for granted, and it's allowing you to grab those, cut to the front of the line, choose the fibers you need to get the job done more efficiently, without a doubt. Stand up if that makes perfect sense. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to take a pause on this. Okay, right now,